Hi everyone, good morning. I woke up just a little bit ago. I didn't even put my hat on. I think I'll just rub my eyes a minute. Have a little cup of coffee over here. See, thermos. AM, PM in the morning. I woke up 4 o'clock, same shit, different day. I'm at the Rama, and, I wake up and, it's not a bad feeling. I have my friends here, around me, from Chatterbait. I have, 3 different women on my computers here. And then, 2 of them, then I have this one here. But, it's like having company all the time from all over the world. You can have company. But anyway, I get to meet people all over, just like from people all over the world. I mean, I actually can relate to talking to people from actually talking to people for a period of time with people. You could understand that. And in the past, I got to meet people through, my walks of life. I get to meet different people. The other day, I seen this person, and they were standing in the sun. True stories. I always love true stories. I don't like fictional stories. I don't even watch fictional movies or anything. I only watch real stuff, and it's based upon real stuff that I get, watch things instead of false things. It's, just bullshit blasting stuff and stuff because, I've had enough of shit in my life. I don't need that crap. So anyway, I was walking down, and there's a woman. Well, it ended up being a woman, like in I want to say it's almost a leather outfit, like just something ancient. And I stopped, and she's standing in the sunlight, and I could tell that this was a woman, and she had braids, and she's beautiful. I mean, I seen her face. She was hooded, and she was pregnant. And I said, "You're pregnant?" And I just smiled, and she just, we had this moment. And I said, "Your child will be blessed." I just said, "I'm the Lord." And I smiled, and, I just don't know. We had just a few minutes, and we talked. And I just walked on like, everyone else. Here she is, a pregnant woman. She's standing in the sunlight. She's having a moment. And I'm enjoying watching this person. I didn't know it was a man. It's just a beautiful woman. And I thought, well, that was a very nice experience for me. So I continued down. The parking lot's not very far away. And she never walked very far up that hill because she's not that, she's pregnant, she didn't walk the top of that hill. I don't think she was full term, it's okay for me out, but anyway, she was out there pregnant. So I come back to the parking lot, and I was wearing my chain and stuff coming down. Chaina, my girlfriend. I go walking with my girlfriend Chaina. Everybody gets a big kick out of it. So me and Chaina's out there, and she might be in here even. I brought her with me to work out. I know that. I'll take her along my walk this morning. I'm getting revved up for it today. So anyway, I went down to the parking lot, and I went over there. I'm working out with my cars. I start lifting my dumbbells and stuff, working out for, maybe 15 minutes before I get out of there. And I balance on the curb right there where if nobody's there. I park up near a curb, and I use it as a balance beam for balancing. So I use everything around me. My surroundings is what I do. So, anyway, pretty soon that girl comes down, and I didn't notice. Wasn't watching for her. Here I'm in my car. I have my car right there. My Kia Soul. And matter of fact, she comes pulling up and past me like, wow, we both have the same kind of car, and they're almost the same color. I mean, isn't that funny? And, we had that moment, and I thought, oh, I found my soulmate. Well, I hope you had a good day. You look in on this video, I'm pretty sure she would tune in, but I'm not saying nothing that isn't true. Now, am I going to move on from that one? Now, I went to Beacon Rock, and I've met lots of people other than this. I mean, I meet people all the time. I get to go up there and go, oh, wow, it's just beautiful in this area. Wow. It's not beautiful no more. I look back, I said, maybe it was you. They just laugh, whatever, I bet I just ad-lib things and, throw things in and do things, people, and then I'll do something that I'll say, and if you think that was something, and it was, something like this, and I went and bought a new fishing pole and all this stuff, but I'm meeting people all the time, and I met this woman from, she was just beautiful. I'm sure she was, anyway, I'm sure she was a woman. I'm not going to describe her past that. Just beautiful. And I met her in the lower park, and she asked me some questions, how to get up to Beacon Rock, where to enter it. And I told her where to go and where to park, where everyone can see your car. Don't park where, over at the end where somebody could come out behind you from the front. I'm telling her, you just don't want to do that. You don't want to park evasively. You want to put right out in the open. You're there. I'm not doing nothing fucking wrong. Don't you do something wrong. That's how I am. That's how I want you to be, if possible. Now, I also, riffraff is downhill. Bullshit's downhill. Just like they'll put bathrooms downhill in a congested area, and all these nice people are forced to go down there with all these bitches that are assholes. I mean, they'll do stuff, they won't clean the place up, it just fucking goes on. Got garbage dump. They'd rather be up here near I park. I park right here in the park. You can see my goddamn car right here. I'm right here. And I'm not really close. Well, sometimes I park at the end because no one else parks there, and I have a motorhome, and I have a car, but I'm talking about when I go to the park and with my motorhome. So anyway, I meet all these people, and I met this woman, and she ended up going up the hill, up to Beacon Rock, and she got up there before I did, and she was on her way down, and I said, you see, I told you I was coming up with my chain. She never seen my chain down at the park, and she's seen it. She, me and her talked, and me and her really, we liked each other, I know it. We wished each other well, too. But for up on the top, I thought she was the first one up there. There was a guy up there, and when I got up there, I talked to, I got up there, I talked to her for a while, it was really good. And I got up there, and this guy, he's up there, and he says to me, what's with the chains? And I said, well, I'm D.B. Cooper's son, and, I'm just getting fit, and I climbed this rock, like this. And he says, and I started saying something. He goes, I know all about the hijacker and what happened with the money with the bowling alley in Morton, like that. And he says, and I know the owners. I know the owners. And he's saying this to me. And I said, is that fucking right? I said, my dad was George L. Wright, and me and my dad built that bowling alley. We built it with the hijackers' money. And he's telling me he knows the owners and stuff like this. Oh, and by the way, there's 3 witnesses up there by then. I offered that guy a car and stuff. He wouldn't even take the car from me. My free little Hot Wheels car. So the guy in Morton, you tune in today, you seen this here one, because I tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and how the fuck you feel today in Morton, Washington. This guy says, He knows the owner and stuff. He's from Morton, whatever. Fuck you, mister. I knew Mitzi Fairhart. I knew George Fairhart. George Fairhart, you want your fucking nose broke? I told that guy I'd like to come up to Morton, beat him up. If Bruce Kimsey was up here, I'd throw him right over the fucking top rope right there on the fucking Beacon Rock. And these people, they fucking listen to me. Fucking go off on that fucker. He went off the rock. He went down and around. And I'm shouting down there about Bruce Kimsey, the Merwins, and how people got murdered about that fucking bowling alley, the Zodiac killer, George L. Wright, 13 letters for the Zodiac, all this shit, all this fucking double crossing and stuff that's been going on, and all my friends being murdered. Yeah, I went off on Beacon fucking Rock, you know. And you know what happened when I went down from the bottom of it? I met 50 people. I was nice. I was having a great fucking day. This guy met all those people that was from the church and ran past them, I'm sure. He wanted to get the fuck out of there. You wouldn't go back to Morton and you tell those people, whatever I told him. And those three boys is the witness, and they were the witnesses to that shit, because I'll tell you what, if that was Bruce Kimsey, there would have been a fucking fight up there, because why? I just don't like Bruce for what he goddamn did. I would have got the truth out of Bruce. Me and Bruce would have had a fucking fun time. I think I would have held Bruce over the rail and said, you better fucking tell me, Bruce. You know, I don't want to kill people, but I'll tell you another thing. This is what it's working up to. I had a clear mind yesterday and all this shit happened. And, there's a lot of things that happen. I go down below. I had a good time. I met all these people on D.B. Cooper's thing. I just give them a teaser, and I tell them where I'm at. I don't want this church group upset. I don't want to upset anybody. I want you to come over to John T. Wright at YouTube.com, and I'll tell you all about this hijacker's money and where it went and all this good stuff. Tell you about Terry Lance Shortridge that's murdered on my bed too, and a whole list of other people. I've got a little list like the Zodiac says. If you're on my fucking list, you can get fucked up, and if you're on my list, you can get fucked up too. I could just think about a fucking person and they could have bad time. She came over, fucking pushed my button, you fucking left, then you end up fucking smoking dead. And I'm saying, what the fuck happened here? They left my, I never did nothing to them. I didn't do it. I mean, Jesus Christ. Sneezes, I didn't do it. Yeah, that's because Sneezes was doing it. Fucking devil worshipping, Satan worshipping, all this bullshit. All this bullshit. This shit really does happen. It's not really bullshit. It's this darkness and force that I'm apparently connected to. So anyway, the long and the short of it is I had a ticket on my car. So my motorhome, I'm fucking hot. Gee, I was there before. The park rangers was nice. What the fuck's this goddamn bullshit? It clearly says I'm D.B. Cooper's son. Do you think I'd come there without a fucking Discovery Pass? Well, I'm there with the Discovery Pass, and Washington State hasn't furnished me with one, and it's been 7 weeks. And the guy, the park person that was there, I chewed him out, the maintenance person, for anybody even touching my motorhome, let alone putting a piece of fucking paper on it that disturbs me. You just don't fucking disturb me. And I talk here, boy, let's go into this. And I went over, he was near the bathrooms. I want to go in the bathroom and corner somebody in the bathroom. I mean, that's a goddamn bad thing to do. So I was outside and I talked to a white guy and a black guy that was out there, and they're going hiking. And I told my Stevie Cooper son, I told him the shit. I said, I got a thing on the windows. And I said, these parks people shouldn't be putting shit on my windows and stuff. And fuck no, they shouldn't even do nothing towards you. These people are like, they go, you're the hijacker's son. Boy, I tell you, these guys, they got something to talk about for the rest of the afternoon. And you tune in, you're going to hear a lot more. Here's music, and I'll sing to you too. Ladies, I'll sing to you. You know, I tell people all the high points of it. You think I want to tell them all the low points of it? Hey, it goes like this. They'll take you up on the high, they'll take you too low, take you low, like the fucking stock market. And they goddamn play it that way too. Now, I got that ticket. This guy's telling me that was in the bathroom. I never cornered him. When he comes out, I talk to him. He tells me, oh, well, that there, you'll just have to go down here to do this, and you'll have to do that, you'll have to do this. And I go, I'm not doing one motherfucking thing. I said, you get that fucking guy up here, that park ranger up here, and you get that fucking ticket done. I'm telling you right now, we're going to settle this right goddamn here. I'm fucking pissed. I go, you just don't fucking do that. And, you know, I'm saying things pretty strong enough to where he's saying, like this. And I said, well, I'll tell you, I was hot. And I let everybody in the park do it. Guess what? Free advertisement. Everybody in the fucking park knew that I was being honest about it. I have a fucking discovery pass. I have the receipt because I went over and I got it out of my motorhome. It's right there with my registration to my motorhome. I handed it to him. The guy sat there and, he acted like he couldn't read it. I pointed to him and I said, see right there, it's right there. And I paid it. I showed him it. I go, there's a fucking receipt right there. And I go, now you guys been notified. Your job today now is to tell these people I've got a fucking discovery pass. Washington State will not send me one. Everybody knows at the park, that they won't send me it, nor Jackson FBI case file. You just don't do this with people. I'm just goddamn pissed off. I said it could happen to anyone. And why do I get treated this way? Oh, I tell you, it did go, And pretty soon, that very person I talked to the last time I gave a car to, hey, he can't take cars and stuff, I'm not bribing him. I had to explain to him, I said, now if I wanted your son to have a car and I'm the Lord, I said, you mean you're telling me that the Lord can't give your son a car? Are you a car to give your son in the future? I said, this is a souvenir. I said, maybe someday he will sell it on eBay and make some money. There's positive things about this. And I said, and do you think that I want the Holy Father mad at me for not being nice to people? No, because I don't want the Holy Father mad at me, goddamn it all. Now, would you like the Holy Father mad at you? Because now, if you want the Holy Father mad at you, that's another thing. You go ahead and do it, but I don't want the Holy Father mad at me. Do you want the Holy Father mad at you? And, and Mr. Reynolds is saying, agreeing, no, I wouldn't want this, and I'm just saying something that isn't reasonable. And I always say reasonable in it, because isn't this reasonable? Okay, so anyway, I've had a great day, and I've all this here stuff. Oh, there's a Republican right there sucking up the bathroom space, 15-minute parking. He slept in his car over there, and I filmed it. I walked around. I did. I wasn't really. He ended up sleeping in his car over there for about an hour, right there. You're not supposed to park there and fucking take up that. I mean, I wanted to take a shower. And here he is, a red truck. I don't want to go over there and invade his time, but his time is over, clearly. And they fucking do it. They park right there in those places everywhere. They don't even stop at a crosswalk. When I come up there as a pedestrian, you know why? Toro, Toro, Toro. Hey, I'm the fucking red thing. You fucking dare me? Bullshit. And these people that walks through the intersection, they see me as bullshit. You're fucking blotted out. Don't fuck with the boss's son. And that's how it is. It just fucking is that way. When the person comes up to that fucking sidewalk and they step out on it, hey, you stop that fucking car. I don't need to have an orange flag and say Toro, Toro, Toro to you. You yield to the fucking pedestrian. you yield to the Holy Father. Hey, those people, they're from the Holy Father ultimately. So you yield to the Holy Father. Those people represent the Holy Father's children, whether they're the devil's children or whether they're their children, they're God's children ultimately, because Satan came from the Holy Father, and the Holy Father, no one is above him, and not even Satan, nor Eve, nor myself. That's it. And I'm just saying the truth. Now, you know, and Mr. Reynolds, I had a conversation with Mr. Reynolds even further. Mr. Reynolds, the first time I met you, I sat there and talked to you, and I never told you. And I did talk to Mr. Reynolds about this very thing, and I'm sharing this with you now, about R. Reynolds, Ronda Reynolds. I was with Ronda Reynolds, Washington State Patrol Ronda Reynolds. And, you know, Rick Reynolds right here that I'm talking to, you know, I told him, I said, you know, he says, I'm a park ranger. And I said, well, you're a law enforcement officer that doesn't have a gun, that has the luxury of going out and talking to people like I do and talking common sense into them. Hey, I got to give you a ticket for this, that, the other. You know, I have the very ticket that was placed on my vehicle. Rick Reynolds, he wrote paid on it ultimately. I said, I'd do it on YouTube, you know, like this. He says, you know, you could do that. He says, then people know what's acceptable. And he says, you know, like, I'll know it too. But the truth is, as I pointed it out, I have the receipt for it. I should have got that permit. North Jackson FBI case file. I figure they favor me, not to favor me. I want the reward money. I want all this shit, you know, like this. I never said this to Rick at all, but I mean, here, it'll help me and the Holy Father finance our way through this. I've been using Twin Star Credit Union's overdraft to finance this war against Hezbollah in the Middle East. I told Ernie Toback that. I gosh damn didn't know what the hell was going on. I've had a 37-foot motorhome with a tank on one side and an F-14 on the other side because they fucked me when I was 14 years old. And tonight I'm in room 140, which is 14. It's above 13 for the 13 Zodiac right here at the Rama. You see, my brakes, my truck a little bit, I get a shimmy out of it. It's dangerous on those curbs. I brought it right down here, had it fixed. Those rotors in the front need repaired, and Four Seasons working on it. I put that truck through hell on Friday the 13th. I told you guys that. I fucked up the brakes. I broke brake parts in that, and Alex, I tell you, we're going to have to do this. And I talked to Alex. I said, so are you going to take on that job? And then Saturday, Alex is going to take on that job down at Four Seasons. On Saturday, I walked in there yesterday. I've had that fucking motorhome back out on the beat today. Later today, I'm going to spend a couple nights at the Rama here. Music and stuff. I'm going to do my thing here. It's been raining out. I'm going back up to Beacon Rock. Rick told me that it's more open during the week, you know, like that. Hey, I'll let the people in the camp do that. I love come up. I'll come up in my car. But I have a Discovery Pass, goddammit. I'll be up there whether I have a fucking or not. And if you put a ticket on my car, I get to see you again, Rick Reynolds, and I'll bring your son another car. He says, well, I can't. Well, it's a gift. And he said, well, I can't turn down a gift coming from the Lord. Well, you better look at it that way. And now, I want to tell you about this other experience that I had. The experiences don't end with the Holy Father. Or Satan and Eve, too. I mean, they're mischiefy. So, you know, I've had this experience with this other guy that went back to Morton telling him I want to kick these people's fucking asses. And I'm telling you, I fucking told this guy, I fucking, no shit, no. There's no two bits about it. You know, Rick Reynolds, he even says to me, you don't need to, I usually don't, I'm the nice guy, even though I have Chaina with me. What, you're mad about my girlfriend Chaina? You've heard stories, smiles I get from Mr. Reynolds. You know, Now, Mr. Reynolds, he has the luxury of no gun and stuff, and have the ability to talk people into common sense. I do that too all the time. I could just show up and everyone puckers up. Okay, lots of things happen. Now, I have a clear mind, and I'm sitting there doing something, and all of a sudden there's a bug right there, and I smash it, and I hear Eve or Satan say, "You just killed somebody," and it's like a little snicker and stuff, and I'm thinking, I had a clear mind, and I just killed a bug. No. I couldn't have killed somebody. I was in here just a little bit ago, and I was in the bathroom, and the Rama has some little answer. There's been a problem. I bought some poison and stuff for them so they can get it under control. They better be, instead of packing it off to the other Rama that's down at Seaside or someplace in Oregon. I know they have another place. They took some of the stuff I bought down to the other place, I heard. I wasn't too happy about that because I bought it the second time here because I stay here. I want this fucker clean. Not saying that's bad. I'm just saying I just don't want it to infest. I'm being nice. God damn it, I'm being really nice again. Don't bug me. I'm trying to work it out. So anyway, I'm, using the restroom and stuff, and I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting there on my throne, and it's not gold, by the way, it's just porcelain white, of course, like yours. I hope. I'm nothing special. I never thought. So anyway, I see this ant, I just take my toe and I just kill it, and all of a sudden I got this, you just killed something. I just woke up, I'm telling you things happen, and I'm connected to Eve from the rib. Satan, he's connected to the Holy Father. I mean, I'm just in the fucking middle of it with Eve. Even Adam both was fucking derailed by Satan, but at the same time they're both fucking guilty, even though Eve went down there and she got the bad rap. Adam's just as goddamn guilty because absent from the fucking mind, present with the Holy Father. What the fuck was he thinking? Not watching his old lady with that horny Satan around. He'd already been warned of him. No, they'd already been warned of, this mischief in the Garden of Eden. From what I feel deep inside, like Elvis Presley, the song Way Down Deep Inside. Oh, down, down. And let's see, a lot of things has happened. Here, Starbucks over there at Safeway's in campus. I go in there and I buy my Starbucks coffee. I mean, I like Starbucks coffee. I just don't buy it down there from Ugly Tina. Maybe you'll get some ethics. I'll run into Ugly Tina someday and she can tell me, pay me my fucking $10, baby. I want my fucking $10, just like Buddy Rose would say, I want my $8. You owe me $8. Tina, you owe me $10. I would have gave it to you in a fucking tip. I give people $20 tips, and that's a signature I have. And even I told the law enforcement officers I give people $20 tips, so they'll fucking remember you. You remember a person over a $20 tip. And I'm trying to think of everything that's gone on. I bought 2/5 of whiskey. 2/5 of fucking whiskey. How could this son of a bitch get 2/5 of whiskey? What was $39.95? He bought 2 bottles of whiskey at $39.95. That's 4 $20 bills. That son of a bitch. That motherfucker's living too high on the hog, that John T. Wright, that son of a bitch that's a hijacker, son that's probably been living off the fucking name and stuff like he's a celebrity. No, I never lived off the life of a celebrity like them. I did hard work and I lived in life where I was in front of people, like this, doing my thing, and they fucking knew I was the hijacker's kid and I knew nothing about it. They knew, I didn't. They had a blast. We all had a blast together. Oh boy, we had people smoking pot over John smoking pot, living up, having fun. My dad had a bowling alley so he could be happy because he didn't want to be fucking sad and hating stuff just like me. 13 letters for the Zodiac, George L. Wright, Morgan Washington Satan. They were housing them right there. This Eve and everybody, this is all from backstabbing people from behind me, coming up on me. And even my friend Lisa that got her hands and feet cut off, even Satan's connected to all of this. All of it. So they can come into someone's body and fucking hack them up and fucking you end up like Lisa out there dead. You don't consort with the fucking evilness, you don't do seance, you don't do that goddamn bullshit. You don't think that you're fucking something you're not. And these derelicts that are Jesus people, whatever, Toro with the red things, these red trucks, they're not firemen, etc. You're not a fucking hero for people to look up to and be deceiving them by being a red truck fucking faggot. As far as I'm concerned, if you're raping people or using your trucks and vehicles as weapons and stuff, how dare you? You don't have no right, and driving a car is nothing more than a privilege. It's not a goddamn right. You do not have a right to sit there with a red flag going, Toro, don't you fucking dare me, like you do, parked in a place evasively, where people feel intimidated just to take a fucking shit. And you know, this is what I'm coming down to. You fucking straighten up, you do better, you know better, you don't do that shit, you don't bother people. You fucking clean up after yourself. I don't want to see garbage after you. I don't want to see your fucking cigarette butts. If I do, what are you driving? Is it a red car? I fucking, what? I'm fucking, you know, making judgments on you? You goddamn right, because I'm a fucking detective. I know what kind of people do what kind of things that fucking do things. Pissed off people drive red trucks. Goddamn, I'm so fucking mad I'm burning red. And it goes on and on and on. I'm here down at the Ronda right now, and I'm getting my vehicle repaired overnight. I'm going to have it fixed today. I got to go down to the bank. I got to fucking work out my money. You know, I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to tell Twin Star what I'm doing. At about 9 o'clock this morning, I was supposed to have my motorhome here at 9. I'll be up there at 9 o'clock this morning at Twin Star getting some cash, figuring out how I'm going to finance this fix and still live for the rest of the month eating great. I can live in my motorhome. I paid 3 nights here at the Rama, right? Well, if I just stay here one night, but I'll probably stay 2 nights. I'll have 1 extra night just to swing in and have a night to stay. You know, a freebie. I get a discount if I pay 3 nights down here, or $1,000 for 14 nights at the Rama. You know, I like that route, but hell, I don't need it. I got all this stuff I'm doing. I'm hiking over here, I'm hiking over there, I'm over here. I'm not so much on the steamboat landing bullshit. I go down there, if it's dirty and stuff, I guess I clean it, I pass judgment, I guess, you know. I look at stuff, I see what the hell's going on. Those bathrooms should be moved up here where people feel safe to take a fucking crap instead of being down there and it's just bullshit. They'll do one bullshit to another bullshit. Here, they got 2 sets of bathrooms. This one over here don't work, and that one over there they put in a dangerous spot because what? Stupidness. They're gonna force everybody to go down there and take shit. You went down there, we're gonna force you all down there in that fucking hole, congested with everyone else. No one wants to go down there. They, you know, people do go down there. Only the riffraff. I have people saying I won't go down there and use that. That came from Michael and Diane. He says, I don't want to go down there in that bullshit. And Michael and me, apparently me and Michael's on the same page. And the Holy Father has used Michael and Diane as the perfect example. Diane got her hip broke. She had a remarkable recovery. She tempted the Lord. A big storm came in. She witnessed it. Michael had a recovery where he was going to die when I met him, I guess. You know, I mean, I have this effect on people, etc., etc., etc. The cops in Camas, they know Michael and Diane because Well, maybe they are. They're friends with them, and maybe they pass information. They see something terrible. They're nice people. Michael's an entrepreneur. He's one slick, smooth talking Michael. I get to go talk to his wife Diane. Oh, and talking about Diane, I'll be up at Twin Star Credit Union today, and there's a woman up there that's a bowler. She's a champion bowler. She won a tournament or something. She never told me she was bowling. I thought she was a golfer, so I went out and improved my golf lesson, putting balls. I got better, Diane, just because of Diane. I told her. Well, I didn't. She knows I'm in the bowling. Diane never told me that she was bowling behind my back. She's had practice. I told the girl up there that I gave the El Camino to, little El Camino, oh, that's right, there's a bowling pin there. We're having 80s day. Oh, you're having 80s day, huh? Bowling pin, what's the deal? Diana over there is a champion bowler. Oh, Diana at Twin Star Credit Union. Oh, trophy. I want to bowl Diana. I want to bowl Diana. If Diana beats me, I gotta say, Diana, you beat me. You did. I won't even practice bowling. But I'll go get a brand new bowling ball purchased because I wanted one. And I'll go bowl Diana for practice. And just for the fun of it, we won't bowl at one bowling alley. We'll hit one bowling alley. We'll hit the other bowling alley. We'll hit the other bowling alley. You know, if we could go 2 out of 3, we could go 3 out of 5, but by the end of the day, we're going to have smoking hot scores across the lanes, and everybody in Vancouver would know that Diane works at Twin Star Credit Union. Come on down and get a bank account because we're going to treat you right. Hey, did Twin Star Credit Union know that Twin County Credit Union was the hijacker seed money? I don't know. I just want to forgive everybody. We got this great banking system over here. And you know, when you see good in something, maybe you shouldn't fuck it up, is what I'm saying. Now, about the system out here with this cops and robbers and shit. You know, I see something even good in it. Why should we fuck it up completely? Oh, we're always going to have cops and robbers. Yeah, cops, robbers. But you know what? Joshua inside the cup, Joshua outside the cup. These people are going to want to straighten up. You're going to want to do better. You're going to want to eat better. You're not going to want to tell a lie. Because lies can make you sick. Do you want cancer? Do you want to have to pay high insurance? Because if you lie and you bring down your thing like this, you'll need You'll need insurance. You smoke cigarettes? I don't give a fuck. But you want insurance? Now come on, the only insurance I can give you is you're gonna fucking be planted in the cemetery someday. Now that's the insurance I could say. It was bound to happen. Oh, I like that. So, now, the other one is it's Joshua inside the cup, Joshua outside the cup, and your day will just get better. Forget about the bullshit. If you got time to lean, you got time to clean. Hey, if you're menacing out in problems lands and stuff like that, you know, hard work will give you inspiration. You'll be able to clear your mind. If you're eating good, you'll work better in your brain and stuff. Your body won't be sitting there going, a lack of nutrition, and smoking cigarettes on top of lack of nutrition. I'm not eating right, plus cigarettes, oh, I'm like a slug, and oh, I need insurance, and oh, I have to depend on anybody. I can't do nothing, but I want to continue to smoke. I can't do nothing, but I'm sitting there smoking. I'm telling you, I can't do nothing, but I can smoke. I can't do nothing. That's bullshit. You fucking just put that goddamn cigarette out because you can take 3 puffs off a cigarette, hypnotize yourself into believing something that's not goddamn true, like Jesus Christ is the Lord, when that is not true. Yahshua is the Lord. Yahweh HaMessiah. Yah. You know, people, but What? It's Yeshua, Yahweh, Yah. That's what I get from the Holy Father. That's what I get from Satan and Eve. 40 minutes, I'm out of here. Have a wonderful morning, day. Mountaintop music tonight. I'm right here. I'm doing business even on Saturday, but I'm resting at the same time. I work for the Holy Father, and you know what? Hey, when the Lord said, they were pissed off because the Lord went out and worked on the Sabbath. The Pharisees and stuff, Well, these people, they would go out and they would, save a cow or an oxen or anything like this, but that's fine. But now if the Lord came and performed a miracle on the Sabbath, but is it not good that the Lord did a miracle on the Sabbath, that he didn't make things go forward? You see, the Sabbath was made for man. Man was not made for the Sabbath. You see, that's what it was about. You're supposed to take one day of rest and kick back and re-energize yourself, which I do re-energize myself in different ways. When I walk alone, and I walk with the Holy Father, and I walk near his throne. And I'll talk to you guys later. Maybe I'll see you on a trail, see you on the mountain, maybe just right here on the NTM Mountaintop Music Show.